This is how to view the live view of cameras and recorders on the LumiViewer desktop application. From the homepage of the LumiViewer, click on Video. You'll see your list of devices here on the right-hand side. To pull up an individual camera, either drag and drop it onto the view or double-click on it. If you have a recorder added, you can click the arrow next to it in the list to see all of the devices in that recorder. You can then either drag and drop or double click on individual cameras to pull them up on the view. Alternatively, you can double click on the name of the recorder and it will pull up all of the cameras that are added on that recorder to the view. If you hover over the live view of an individual camera, you'll have a few options. You will see at the top left-hand corner whether it's mainstream or substream, the current data rate, the resolution, and the frame rate. At the top right-hand corner, you have a few options. One is local record, where it will start recording what you are viewing right now to your PC. The next is snapshot, where it will take a snapshot of the live view right now and save it to your PC. The next is turning on the audio for this camera. The camera has audio input on it, and it is enabled in the settings on the camera. If you click on this, you'll be able to hear the audio through your PC of that camera. This one is for audio talk. If you click on this button and this camera has two-way talk built into it, you'll be able to use the microphone on your computer and the speakers on your computer to hear and speak with anyone that is in front of the camera. This one is for digital zoom. If you click on this, you can digitally zoom in and out of the live view. When you're done with digital zoom, click on it again. Lastly, the X right here will close the live view of that individual camera. Additionally, if you right-click on the live view of the camera, you'll have some more options. If you click on Close Video, it will close the current highlighted video stream. If you click on Close All Video, it will close all of the video streams. If you click on Start Audio, you'll be able to hear the audio from the camera that's selected if it has an audio input and it's enabled. If you click on Start Talk, it will enable two-way talk for a camera if it has both a speaker and a microphone. If you click on Start Record, it will start recording the live video to the computer that you're on. If you click on Snapshot, it will save a snapshot of the live view of the camera that you have selected. Continuous Capture takes snapshots at a specific interval and saves them to your PC. Multi-screen track is if you want to break up the live view of the individual camera into multiple views. If you click on one of these options, you'll see different squares on the main live view. They'll be broken up and you'll see multiple squares for those different areas. You can move these squares around to adjust the individual views. To go back to the regular live view, right-click again and set multi-screen track back to the individual view. Window scale allows you to adjust the scale of the image coming from the camera. Original scale will keep the correct aspect ratio for the camera. Otherwise, you can do full window to stretch it to fill the window, or any of these individual aspect ratios. Stream type allows you to choose whether you're viewing the main stream or either of the substreams. If you click on Image Adjust, it will bring up some options where you can adjust the brightness, contrast, saturation, or hue of that individual camera. You can click on Default if you want the default options. Otherwise, drag the sliders to adjust the settings, then click on Quit. AI Overlay allows you to enable or disable the viewing of AI rules if they are enabled on the camera. And lastly, if you click on Full Screen, it will bring up a full screen view of all of the cameras that you have displayed right now. Click Escape on your keyboard to exit full screen view. At the bottom right-hand corner, you can choose what kind of split screen view you're looking at. By default, it's a 4 view, but you can click on this and it'll go to a 9 view. Or this and it will go to a 16 view. If you click on this icon here, you can choose a different view all the way up to 64 cameras if you want. You will notice that there are stars next to individual split views in the list here. Those are the favorited views. You can have up to 3 favorite views. Just click on the star over any of the individual split views to make that a favorite. It will then replace one of the previous favorites. When you're done, you can click out. This button here full screens the view that you're looking at. Click Escape on your keyboard to exit full screen view. Additionally, on the right, you have an option called View. Click on the arrow to the right of it to expand it. This is where you can save specific orders and layouts of cameras. You'll see that there's a default group, or you can create a new group. If you want to create a new group, click on that, and then you can name the group and click Save. I'm just going to use the default group. To add a view to the list, click the floppy disk icon at the bottom left here. Then give the view a name. Then choose what group you want to add it to. I'll leave it on default group. Then click on OK. Now if you expand the default group on the right here under View, you'll see the view that I just added. If I close the live view of all the cameras or quit the application and want to pull that view up again, all I have to do is go into View here, double click on View 1, and it will pull up that set of cameras in the layout that I had set before. Lastly, at the bottom right here, I have PTZ. Click on the arrow to the right of it to expand the PTZ section. If you have a PTZ camera, click on it in a live view to highlight it. Then you'll be able to use the PTZ controls here on the bottom right. You can use the arrows to move the camera around. You can adjust the slider here for how big of an adjustment when moving the camera around. You have controls here for zooming in and out. For adjusting the focus. And for adjusting the iris. Additionally, you can click the arrow at the bottom here to expand more options. You can then click on the drop down here and access the features of preset, tour, pan, scan, pattern, or if it has a wiper. And that's how to use the live view in the LumiViewer desktop application.